good job. So don't say I'm not going to. That's why I tell people you didn't vote for him because you didn't like him.
Right.
How do you like what you got now?
He's an 80-year-old white man that's a fucking thug crook. He's not our leader. I mean, that's where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got these young guys, the Dana Whites that have say these things.
They don't want the headache. They don't want
of course they don't want the headache, but like, what are we going to do?
And that's the part that sucks is that we don't have someone that's competent and really is there to serve everybody, that could truly lead our country and actually do right by it across the board.
Right. And if you have $1 billion, you can't be bought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm going to say this message, help us, Dana White. You're our only hope.
Right.
Like, literally, like somebody that's that successful that, okay, he's part of a corporation that's UFC's
phenomenal. It's owned by a hedge fund.
By
WME.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Okay. Yeah. There's actually three or four companies.
It's a hedge
fund,
fund, right? They're hedge funds?
Well, WME is the big talent agency.
Zumi or something like that.
And then there's a group out of China, I want to say a Chinese-based company that's a big investor, and then Black.
I thought it was somebody else, but
I don't know.
anyways, at the end of the day, once he's done, Dana White or somebody like that that's done,
right?
Like, okay, I made my money. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I got to clean this. Help out.
But is it worth it? But the problem is, I don't think we don't make it worth it for them.
Because here's the thing: the president only gets like a $200,000-$300,000 salary.
But he donated his income anyways. Trump did at the time, right?
Yeah, but I don't even mean the money. I just mean the headache. Is it worth the headache?
Well,
vetting,
you got a good point because
media,
by the time you get the ball rolling, it's 4 years is up. Like you know,
right?
What can you accomplish in 4 years? He did a lot.
That's why you got to run a second term.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
so you can pick up where you left off
and win, but
and not get shit on, right?
Yeah.
It's really saddening that it's like you talked about war. It's like a million years I would say I would not be on the right if we went into civil war, but fuck that.
Yeah.
I want my gun.
Yeah.
And I want my rights.
Well, yeah. But I
want my freedom.
The bigger problem, I don't even think the problem is actually Trump, and I don't even think the problem is Biden, even though I think Biden is a disaster. The problem is the media.
Yes.
The media is really the problem.
How's the media not getting canceled?
Right. The CNN's lost. They're almost out of business now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have all they did. All they did.
They've actually been going in on Biden now.
Yeah, because all they had to do was bitch at Trump for the whole 4 years. And now they're like, "What are we complaining about? COVID."
They were hoping he was going to keep tweeting, and he stopped tweeting.
Well, he got canceled. He's not on Twitter.
He's not on Twitter anymore. He's gone. I thought he came back. He's gone.
I think he's off.
He's still fighting it, from what I understand.
Oh wow.
He's got his own platform now.
That's why we don't see tweets from him anymore. Because that was look, I know a lot of people hated it. Like every time Trump made like some kind of stupid tweet, people would sit there and talk shit about him, like what an idiot. And the reality is like he did it to stay engaged.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just for pure engagement.
He's
dumbass. Like give me a break. Like,
I'll go back to mean tweets for $2.89 a gallon all day long. Load it up.
So to go back to what you were saying. It's, I know we label ourselves conservatives, Democrat, liberal, whatever. More like I'd say what's transitioned with you is more like a libertarian mindset, which is look. I like the conservative aspects of capitalism. Have my own gun. I'm pro marijuana, which is not conservative, libertarian. Kind of like the guy who's the podcaster that moved to Nashville.
Joe Rogan.
No,
to Nashville.
Yeah, what's his name? The Jewish guy.
Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, Ben Shapiro. He said, I'm libertarian. So I try not to use labels. I'm a conservative. No, I'm just a guy that wants our core values held in place. Right? So as you were saying, I was raised liberal, right?
Right.
And Democrat. But then I owned a business. I'm like, what the right? And then as soon as the other guys came in, it's like, oh, more tax deductions.
Yeah.
Because America's tax laws were written for free enterprise, for business owners. The original founders wrote the tax laws for business owners because everybody owned a business. And then the Industrial Revolution took off and they needed employees. Well, they haven't changed that value, right? So I'm with you. I'm the same way, right? But there's might be one or two things, but at the same time, don't take my freedom away.
Yeah.
Don't take my freaking gun.
It's pretty basic, right? It's like just be nice to people.
Let 'em
Don't hurt
smoke weed.
anybody.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Stay out of people's way.
Stay out of my bedroom and my wallet.
Yeah.
I think, and just to kind of take it back to where you said where leadership's going, I think a big part of why leadership is just failing right now is because they want to fit everybody else's narrative. They want to be liked by everybody. And that's where leadership falls short, because then you're not being a leader, because the whole purpose of being a leader and being in that position and setting a certain standard is knowing and willing and willfully creating a certain spectrum where people are not going to like you,
right?
That people are going to hate you, and that's just part of leadership, because most people are not going to agree when you're going against people's conveniences.
Right.
And you got to make decisions that you feel are right for the majority, and that's a problem because the country's divided 50-50, right?
Yeah.
To a point, right? But I agree with you 100%, Sean. In leadership, you're not going to have a lot of friends.
Yeah. It's basically, I think you said this on your Instagram a few weeks ago about training. You were like, if you don't hate your trainer at some point during the workout, you have the wrong trainer or something like that. Did you say something like that? Or so,
I think one of my clients said it. And
okay. One of your clients said it. Yeah.
That answers why my girlfriend hates me.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. Actually, you know what? Since we just said that, this just got posted today. One of my clients posted it, and then I reposted it. So she posts, your coach isn't there to tell you what you want to hear. Your coach is there to tell you what you need to hear. If everything you had been doing was effective, you wouldn't need a coach. Understand their value isn't being a yes man. It's to challenge you to be great. And then I reposted.
Leadership.
Right. And then I reposted. It's wild how this even needs to be said. You want a coach that will go against your convenience, that won't tell you what you want to hear versus needing to hear. Who'll give you a different perspective that's beneficial in the long run. So, and that's what is that?
This is Trump's new platform.
Oh.
Because he got kicked off Twitter.
What's it called?
Get TR.
Get her?
Get her.
Get her.
It's basically like get Trump.
Get her done.
Get her done. I know him.
But, yeah, right?
No, Larry the Cable Guy says get her done. I know him. Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy for president, right?
Yeah.
But that's what's happening. Everyone, all these wannabe leaders are falling to external validations.
Yeah.
And they want to be confirmed. So they're going to do what everybody else wants.
Right.
Because then they're going to confirm and validate, like, yes, please keep doing what you're doing. We're with you. And it's like, no, dude, that's not the fucking benefit of the country in the long run. That's not the benefit of our town, our cities in the long run. The governors are, just willfully fucking people in every possible way. And the thing is, like, what happens if if half the small businesses in your city are gone?
You're fucked.
You're fucked. Now then in the long run, you end up looking like the fucking piece of shit governor because you commanded these mandates. All these businesses go out. Now what happens? Who are you going to lead?
Yeah.
Well, and they're having problems now, just not with the whole COVID. They can't hire people.
Yeah.
Because people are getting that check, right? So these $15 an hour jobs, man, everywhere we go. You go to the teriyaki places, you go to the hamburger joint, everywhere you go in Vegas, you see the sign, help wanted, help wanted.
Everywhere.
And what are they doing? They're like, now, if I was them, I can't blame them.
Dude, in
I'm
Dallas,
making more money than going to work. Why would I go to work?
Listen, in Dallas, right at one of the restaurants right by the hotel I generally stay at, they have a big fat sign on the ground that says hiring $500 startup or something like that. I forget what it says. Like
hiring bonus.
Hiring bonus. Thank you. So I join. You hire me on $500 right out the gate in my pocket.
And
it's not a lot, but it's like
you got to stay there 30 days to keep it.
They're having a hard time finding good quality work.
Yeah.
Well,
because the stimulus checks.
It's going to stop though in September.
Yeah,
at least here. I don't know nationally.
Yeah, everything stops in September. The renter moratorium, the housing.
And that's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That's why they said,
right?
don't September. Yeah. No, you're right, Sean. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, man. Remember trying to get a job?
Yeah. It was hard.
It was hard.
Tough. It was like a big deal, right?
Right. And then every time your friend goes, "Hey, pick me up. Hey, do you got any gas money?"
Yeah.
And now if somebody had gas change in their couch, it wouldn't get you down the street with a gas money.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in September, but I think you need to hang on.
So what about the big picture, like the new world order, do you feel like this is like fucking surreal time? Like the things, the censorship, the crazy cancel culture, the commercials that are like making it okay to be transgender. Not that it's not okay, but like promoting that. Like, what's going on? Is there like a force that's trying to?
Yes.
I used to think our good buddy DJ London Thomas back in 05.
I know.
Back in 2005, we have a friend who's a DJ. In 05, he used to say to us, slowly, little by little, they're going to start taking away your freedom with freedom of speech. It's going to be called hate speech. Comedians are going to make jokes. They're going to call it hate speech. And I'd be like, dude, no way. That's always the rule. Comedians can say anything. It's like the unwritten rule. He's like, nope, they're going to be pushing transgender. You'll see. He told me all this stuff. He told me New World Order and all this stuff. And I thought, this poor guy is nuts. I used to think this guy was crazy. He even told me, like, little by little, like, he's like, all those shops you see on Melrose in L.A., they're all going to be gone. All those little stores, those mom and pop stores, they're all going to be gone. You don't even know what's coming, blah, blah, blah. Police, or, you know.
How did he see this?
Studied and read shit.
He's
Followed.
one of the smartest people I know. He's very well read. You know, he used to listen to Alex Jones a lot. Who I know is like a huge conspiracy theorist over the years, and he's just very well read. Like he could tell you about world history, name a country, and he'll tell you everything. It's unbelievable, this kid. And he didn't go to college. I want to say, I don't know if he graduated high school or not. I don't even know. But he lost his dad at a young age. He was like 14. Lost his dad in a really awful thing. His dad got murdered, basically. But super smart guy, and I thought, this guy is nuts. And little by little,
Shit's happening,
almost everything
dude.
he has predicted or told me was going to happen has happened. It's so
Like he had premonitions
well,
on it.
Reagan said that too. He
Yeah.
said
Yeah, he did.
The war will be against the Democrats from within.
Yeah.
Like the country will be at war with itself.
Did he predict a time frame?
No, he said one day it'll happen. He said the threat isn't going to be external, it'll be internal from the liberal-minded Democrats.
I don't know how it changes though. Like, how do we get like?
The problem is all the tech companies, Google, Facebook, they're all super left to the point where they're socialists. They will cancel you out because it's their company.
And they control it.
They control it.
Right.
You know, they don't care what the government says. They're like, screw it. What are you going to do? Until, like, remember when MySpace came out and then there was Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if MySpace says, oh, if you don't do this, I'm going to cancel you. Like, you don't give a shit. Twitter, okay, cancel me out.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, you're like, oh, shit. Because right now, Instagram, major companies don't even have websites. They have an Instagram page.
Right.
Everything's off of Instagram,
Right.
right? So I think what's happening is it's going to take, depending on after this term, what happens, but irregardless, this culture right here, the only reason the cancel culture exists to survive and all these mandates and move in that direction is because of Google, all these major tech companies that think one way. And I don't understand how they benefit from it. I don't know why they do that. What's the value? Why are you doing that? Who's going to cancel you out? You know, you can say, oh, I'm against Amazon. Well, you're not going to get shit if you're against Amazon.
Yeah.
If Bezos says jump and you don't jump, you die.
Right.
Because, you know, now you got to drive to Walmart.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that.
All I know is I was told after the election, when Biden wins, after the election, we were going back to normal, and I want my money back because we didn't go back to normal. So I would like a refund.
Refund.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why there's a lot of people that are fighting to impeach his ass right now too. That are like really going hard at it, like because he's just.
They have their own set of laws, right? He and everybody else has broken so many laws that if it was a Republican, they'd be in jail.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
Or what about
sure.
Cuomo? How crazy is that? This guy, he got asked to resign for sexual misconduct or harassment.
No prison time. Like what the fuck?
It was 8 minutes on the news and it's gone.
Well, that's not the biggest thing with him. He fucking killed all those old people.
Well,
in New
right,
York.
but yeah, they don't want to
nursing home.
acknowledge that. Yeah.
Wait, what?
By sending everybody
Cuomo.
back in the nursing homes in New York
During
when COVID first started.
You didn't hear that?
He wouldn't let the old people from the nursing homes go to the hospital. He sent them back to the nursing home, which is where they all just. That's why the
their families
death
couldn't
numbers in New York are so blown out of whack compared to anywhere else because all these retirement homes
Senior living.
just infected each other because he wouldn't let them get out.
And the families couldn't visit
yeah.
the people in the nursing home.
Terrible.
It was the workers that carried the
fucking-
virus out.
Yeah.
Worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And he is just like,
Yeah.
Got my money, got payday.
It's crazy.
Collect $200, pass go, do not go to
And
jail.
you know who's taking his place?
A nut job.
Isn't it Pelosi's sister-in-law?
It's some chick.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Harris I thought you who's taking Cuomo's place, you mean. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
I thought we were moving into
Kamala?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't know who's taking his place.
That's
I don't-
Pelosi's sister-in-law is the one that's slated for that.
I really, I got to be honest. I never gave a shit, and I still don't really, about politics. I've watched more news since COVID. In the last 18 months, I've seen more
Your whole
news
life.
in my whole life. I'm not kidding.
agree.
I've never registered to vote. I've never voted. Don't give a shit. I just don't do politics. I always came from the school of like, dude, it doesn't matter. And I've always said, and I still maintain, if you turned off the news, other than your taxes, I dare you to tell me who the president is and how it's affecting your day-to-day life. It really doesn't. I don't care who's in. If you didn't watch the news and you didn't get stirred up from it, other than when it came time for tax time, when you're like, oh, fuck, that's the only time there's a difference where you would really feel it. You don't really, it doesn't affect your day-to-day. You might think it does because you watch the news.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the channel. If you like what you saw today, find value in what you saw, please share with your friends and family.
And make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and in the comment section below, let us know which topics you would like us to cover in the future.